Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for getting back with us right here at the Taproot Studios, where we get to talk much more concerning agriculture. Still at Avocare Consultants Limited, what brings us again here is another topical issue: the Hass avocado business, the availability of the market. Many people have actually invested in this very farming practice, and they're wondering why. It is very important to really invest in avocado business, basically Hass avocado, and they're also asking the question that, is there the market for this space? Is there any market for Hass avocado? So joining me again is Ibrahim, who happens to be the main man, the expert, who's going to be talking to us about the open market, the space that we have in this country. In Mexico, they call avocados the green gold. I think because they are worth nearly about $3 billion in exports every year. So concerning the availability of the markets, Mr. Ibrahim, is there any market for Hass avocado?
My name is Ibrahim Kirwa from Avocare Consultants Limited. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will urge farmers keep on following us. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, whereby you can continue learning more. Yes, Mr. Liki. So back to you. There is market for avocado.
Okay.
Given that with the growing demand for this fruit, it has really posed a very big demand. I mean, the need for the fruit. If I can give you a picture of this fruit all over the world, you can see now, and I will give comparisons. You can see now whatever, I can give you statistics of the year 2022. In the year 2022, actually, the entire production all over the world was 8.9 million metric tons of avocados, giving us a revenue of 18 billion USD. So that one shows you the need so big. I mean, the demand was so huge. If I take you back, we compare previously with the year 2022. You can see in the year 1980. In 1980, the total production of avocado all over the world was 1.5 million tons of avocado. That's in 1980. And now you can see, if you can compare between 1980 and the year 2022, you have seen, actually in the year 2022, it's 8.9 million metric tons. And within that span of 42 years, you have seen it has rose from 1.5 to 8.9. So that one shows you, that's an indication of showing you that the demand is so huge. Imagine, the demand arising from 1.5 to around 7.4 million tons. That difference, you can see that arising. It's quite very huge.
Yeah.
And now, if we can come and see that, okay, fine, we really know that the biggest producer of avocado all over the world, the leading producer, is Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
And they exported 2.5 million tons of avocado to USA, they are contributing around 36% of the total world production. And imagine that's a tropical country. But now, we know Mexico with all bad images in the world. We know them with export, cocaine, drug cartels. You understand the entire how
drug trafficking, yes.
Yes. But at the current state, they are the biggest producer of the green gold in the world, exporting 2.5 million tons. Kenya exported around 458,000 tons in the world. And this is a country whereby it's the 5th producer in the world, and number 1 in Africa in production of avocado. And we are still very, very, very proud of them. They have planted around 20,000 hectares. And they started the production of avocado in 1960s. But still they have exported around 458,000 tons. So that one shows you, despite the fact we are really, really confident and having Kenya as our mirror, a reflection to us, showing us that, they are number 1 in Africa and number 5 in the world. But they have produced 458,000 tons. So that one is posing to us, and it's trying to tell us we should not get worried. The market is there. As long as we become consistent in whatever we are doing. Now, given that we have our rain patterns in Uganda You cannot compare it with Kenya. Our rain pattern is so different. We have 2 rain patterns here. Kenya has only one. They depend only upon one. But for us, we have 2 with our good microclimate condition.
So that means we have a better advantage over Kenya?
Yes, Uganda has a better advantage over Kenya.
In terms of production?
In terms of production, in terms of climatic, and in terms of even labor. We have cheap labor in Uganda. You can't compare it with the rest of the countries. Given another thing which is posing for us to say that if we really organize ourselves very well, we can be where Mexico is. Why do I say this? The microclimate in Mexico is almost same as with the microclimate where? In Uganda. So the only thing is people should focus in production, but in mind knowing that the demand is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is the market? Now, as I speak, I think Avocado has been for quite some time in Uganda. What's the level of production now?
Okay, we really know that the first production started last year.
Okay.
But with a very small number, around 15%.
Okay.
A small number. But now we have some challenges which are there. You see, when people came in production of Avocado, they came in with a lot of vigor and a lot of expectations. But first of all, we really know, despite the fact the market is there for this internationally, still we know that this fruit, people are just, you know why people are so interested with Avocado? Why has, in real sense? It's because of its oil content. It has a high oil content. Number 2 is because of the shelf life. It has a long shelf life. Number 3 is because of the nutty taste in it. Number 4 is because of the sizing. When you pack them in the box, it reaches a destination while they are still okay. That is the long shelf life. And packing on the boxes, it fits very well.
Okay.
So these are the things. And then another thing, it's proven or scientifically, it has been written that it fights diseases and cancer at a certain level. But another thing, the multi-nutrients factor in it, it's so huge. So this one shows you saw that it was only USA which was hitting or consuming Avocado. China has come on board, whereby they have started eating Avocado. We saw of recent where Kenya secured the market in China, but they needed them to frozen the avocado, remove them from the palm. Remove the seed, remove the outer cover, then freeze the palm, then export it. So it shows you that the people have started the lifestyle because of lifestyle diseases, the lifestyle of people. They have realized this fruit plays a very big role.
Okay.
And according to many research, they say that it is the only proteinous fruit which has ever entered Guinness Book of Record.
Okay.
Yes. So actually, there is a lot of important things in this. Pharmaceutical industry depends upon avocado in consumption. We have fresh market, they depend upon avocado in consumption. So there is a lot of things which can be done in this. First of all, when we talk about the market, on which basis are we categorizing it?
Okay.
Is it internationally or locally? First of all, we start with the local market, which we really need to set a pace in order to create this local market to be able to accommodate whatever we have produced. But now, what do I mean by local market? A local market remember it's a full chain. It's a avocado
full chain supply.
Whereby it starts with the grower. The first initial person here is the grower of these fruits or the grower of these trees. The grower, it starts with the grower, whereby a grower is growing these fruits with an aim of selling it and earning money.
Okay.
But remember, there is the final consumer who consumes it, who really where the demand is, and we know that it's in Europe where the demand is quite huge,
quite high.
Yeah.
I want us to talk about maybe the farm size. What's the recommended, space size of a farm, like for a starter?
Actually, you can start from any number of trees, but to be on the good position to break good even, start from half an acre going upwards.
Okay. But
just know one thing: this fruit can elevate you from poverty. It can uplift you from poverty to become a middle class. But now, how do you move? Or either how do you establish? Remember, the cost of seedling itself is quite high. Number 2, do you have a land for you to plant the crop? Number 3, do you have capacity of looking after these trees? Number 4, what are the nitty-gritty which you are really supposed to put into consideration as far as avocado planting is concerned? Once a farmer comes into his sense and decide to invest in this crop, he has to outsee or either to foresee all these challenges within the industries and to know where the market is before you start planting the crop.
Okay.
So once you have done that, then it will post you or either give you an inch or either an image of where you are heading. It's not a matter, we are no longer in those eras whereby you just plant, market will get you. No. At the current state, everything moves with the plan. If you have really secured or either known the niche where this fruit is going, what do? That's when now you start planting. But you don't plant because others are planting. Do your research very well. After doing your research very well, then plant as you know that, okay, fine, I'm going to put it here. So as I was telling you, and yes, we really like it. There's land here in Uganda.
There's land.
People have land. Families have land. But in Kenya, there's no land. People are living, they are living in a very small portion of land. And still, it goes ahead and plant avocados. In Kenya, they don't even plant half an acre or either a quarter of an acre. They plant small trees. There is an initiative in Kenya whereby farmers are planting 10 trees in each household.
Okay.
And they are contributing almost 70% of export. So in Kenya, it's not the 30% is being contributed by the large-scale farmer, but 70% is being contributed by small-scale farmer. What do I mean by small-scale farmer? Is that farmer who has 10 trees.
10 trees.
Is a farmer who has 20 trees. If these farmers can come together and even produce avocado and export it, and either maybe put together a one container which goes for international market, why don't we borrow a leaf from them and do the same here in Uganda?
Okay.
Whereby instead of us just rushing, remember there is a lot of challenges when you do a very large farm. You don't give enough care. But when you do a small scale, when you scale yourself down and do some few trees, it gives you a lot of energy, and even you'll be having enough capital to run or either to foresee the entire trees. But when the farm is big and you are a small scale person whom you don't have enough liquidation, it becomes a straining factor for you to look after your trees. It's not all about planting. It's about the quality of that fruit which you are going to get.
So right from the nursery to the farm, how many years do we give it ready for picking?
From propagating the seedling to planting, you need between 8 months to 1 year. A seedling has to stay in the nursery between 8 months to 1 year for you to plant. Then from there, it will take you only 2.5, even from 2 years. But remember, from 2 years, you can start having fruits from 2 years, but we don't recommend you to have fruits from 2 years. Remember, this science or either it was got from a mature tree.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually you can graft it the next day or either the next following week. After some weeks, it start having flowers and fruits.
Okay.
But since the trees are very tender, it cannot hold fruits.
Okay.
You deflower them or either defruit them, and then allow it to grow up to 2.5 years to 3 years for you to start having a good yield.
So after the 3 years, in terms of production, how many tons do I pick after the 3 years?
Okay, after
4, 5, and the rest of the years.
Okay, first harvest, the first harvest, which is the 3rd year, expect to have at least 4 tons per acre.
Per acre.
Yes. Then the following production year, expect to have 8 tons. Then the 3rd year, that will be the 3rd year you'll be having something between 16 tons.
Okay.
That will be the 5th year. The 6th year, expect to be having around 19.2 tons.
Wow.
7th year, where now you're expecting to be breaking even for your entire production, expect to be having 19.2 tons.
Okay.
It's almost constant because now the trees have reached maturity.
Okay.
So that's where now you'll start breaking your even. And actually, the figures which I'm giving is a bit lower, depending on good agricultural practices. Good gap which you're going to do on your orchard, feeding program, pruning, irrigation, installation, fertilizer. You see, there's a lot of things. which is being entailed. And there's even some other factors which contribute, like environmental factors. Actually, as you're planting this crop, have a purpose. Why are you planting it? If you're planting it for only settle for less, or either you are settling for the good liquidation. It's not a matter of just planting. This is not eucalyptus where you plant, wait for some years to come, then harvest and earn money. No. Actually, like, you can plant as avocado today, you can end up getting 2 tons. 2 tons, only exportable 2 tons in your on your entire acre. But for me, I can plant only 1 acre, the same acres which you have planted, but I can get my 4 tons. So it depends with the managerial factors which you are putting and the care which you are giving the plant. So, and this is where a lot of farmers are failing. These are the challenges in the industry. A lot of people came in front, started planting with an aim of exporting it direct. Exporting it to where? You don't have a direct link to export. Export entail a lot of things.
So what are the market linkages that we have from the grower to the distributor?
You see, first of all, what you really need to understand here, the mother person, or either the starter of everything here is the grower. The grower can grow his fruits with an aim of doing what? Exporting it direct to international market.
How does that happen?
But that one depends a lot of. It depends with a lot of things. Number one, it depends with the because remember now, the international market is being targeted by having there's some standards which you really need to follow. And these standards, number one is, yes, you can become a grower, grow your fruits, secure an international market where you will export your fruits. Number two, you need to have a pack house in your own farm as a grower for you to export your fruits direct. Number two, can you own a pack house while you have half an acre? You cannot own. So actually there is every role which an individual plays. There is a role which a grower who is a farmer plays by producing the fruit. There is a role where a pack house plays, whereby it packs your fruits from the grower. And then there is a role whereby it moves. It has moved from grower, it has gone to packer. After packer, it can either go to exporter direct, or either it can continue direct to processor, or either it can go direct to distributor, who is a marketer, or either it can go direct from the orchard, it can go direct to local market.
So a packer can come and buy the fruit from the grower?
Yes.
Then he processes it? Either direct to the exporter?
Yes. It can either go direct to exporter or either processor. And then from processor now will be the one to, now I've told you the market is being divided into 2. We have local market and we have international market. A local market can move direct from the grower. It can get fruits from the grower, farm gate, and take it direct to the stores, which is a supermarket or either juice parlor. That's a local, or either these food services within just the country. Like for example, here in Uganda, we sell locally within Uganda. And then there is whereby you carry your fruits. You carry your fruits and sell it to the pack house. Either a pack house will buy a fruit from you, from the grower, and pack it and export it now to the processor, whereby it's being taken away or either exported direct, or you see. But now there is whereby a packer can decide only to pack for you as a grower. Only to pack for you, since like you are a grower and you have your market maybe in Europe. You can approach a pack house to pack for you, using your own cartons and everything. Then from there it goes. So there is a lot of things which has to be put into consideration. And to understand this full supply chain, I will try and explain to farmers. To understand a full supply chain is like this. You move from being a grower, who is a planter, which you have planted avocado, and we have said you are targeting market either of the two, either local market or either international market. If you are targeting local market, it moves direct from your farm to the local market. This local market can be supermarkets, can be food stores within the country. So that's our local market, where it moves direct from the grower to the local market, whereby we have said it's a supermarket or either the market within our locality or either food services or juice parlors. Then the same thing, grower, you can take your fruits you can sell it to the pack house. The pack house buys fruits from you. And remember, these fruits, once it reaches the pack house, it's being categorized into 2 categories. There are those fruits which will meet export standard, and there are those fruits which will second grade fruits which will not meet export standard.
Yeah.
It's being graded at the pack house. So for those ones which will meet the export standard, can go direct to the export. And those ones which cannot meet export standard can be sold as a second grade to our local market, or either being sold to oil processing. Okay. It can go to oil processing within the country. So we have said it will move from grower, pack house, then from pack house it will go to processor, or either it can move from pack house direct to the distributor, who is a marketeer, or either it can move from the pack house to the exporter direct and then being exported. Now, when these fruits are rich, for example, it goes direct to the processors. The processors can decide to sell to distributors in international market, where the distributors knows where wholesalers are and the rest, and they can distribute them. So actually, processor would either can choose to sell the fruits direct to the wholesaler, and then the wholesaler will be the one to sell in the supermarkets, food services, and the juice parlors at international level. So actually, there is a chain whereby everyone plays. I can play a chain whereby I only produce fruits. Somebody else only does the work of pack house. Somebody else does the processing, and somebody else does the distributions, and somebody else maybe does the export. Okay. So these things all are the one which are a contributing factor. So it's either through the grower only to decide either to export directly, or either to sell within the locality, or either sell to the packers and then the packers decide to sell. Okay. Yeah.
I understand this is actually in collaboration with NADS. Uganda is actually one of the 7 member states of the East Africa Federation of Avocado. That is the National Avocado Federation of Uganda, which is a newly formed umbrella organization to spearhead the development and promotion of the Hass avocado value chain, working closely with the government of Uganda. So, is this an open, body that helps all the farmers in this country?
It's like more of an association. The federation is more of an association. And remember now, we have said that for the farmers to make good money, or either for these small scale farmers of half an acre to 1 acre, 2 acres, they really need to make money. And by making money is for them to come together, put the resources together, and what do they have to do to export direct, or either come together and take the fruits to the pack house. Okay. So actually, it's really important if these small scale farmers can join the cooperatives. They can either join the cooperatives, or either join the federation, or either join the associations. Because actually a federation, or either it's an association, or either a cooperative, they have a lot of beneficial factor, whereby at the end of the day, what they can do is they can pull all the resources together and make sure that the fruits goes for international market. And another thing is, for example, when it comes to the issue of benefiting through the funds and the rest, as a federation, or either as an association, or either a cooperative, they can be able to get the funds and help the farmers. Another thing is the federation, or either this association, they have more powers of negotiation when it comes to the final sales of the fruits. So actually they can help by these small scale farmers coming together and forming a union, or either forming an association. It helps them to put themselves together and export as a full container, because there is no any single farmer who can give a full container, given that even if you're doing half an acre, you cannot fill a 40-feet container for you to export direct. You must come together and then pull together the entire resources, or either put the fruits together and fill the container as a team. Okay.
Can you briefly tell us how much a package can actually be? What's the current price that we have globally?
Avocados are being packed only in 2 boxes. Okay. There are 2 sizes of boxes it's being packed on. First of all, it's a 4 kg box. A 4 kg box is whereby you get fruits of the same size fitting a 4 kg box and giving you a 4 kg. Okay. There is another carton of 10 kg. This carton of 10 kg is whereby you put fruits of the same size fitting on the same carton of 10 kg, and then it can be exported as a 10 kg or either as a 4 kg, depending with the preference or either the taste of the client. Because this it's a client to tell you what he wants. A client will tell you, I need a 4 kg box. Another client will tell you, I need a 10 kg box. So, but those are the two boxes which they are using while packing on the container, either 10 kg or either a 4 kg box.
Well, lastly, by the way, in terms of performances in the regions that we have in this country, I know you have farmers in both, in all the regions in this country. Which one's actually performing much more better?
Central is performing very well.
Okay.
Central Uganda is performing very well, followed by Western Uganda. Trees are really performing very well. Eastern they are really coming up. They are not bad, and the people who have shown a very huge number in planting of this Hass avocado comes from Eastern region. Given that their cooperative really works so closely with these small-scale farmers to make sure that they uplift themselves by producing good quality fruits. All right. Yeah.
Please remember, we remind you that if you really want to know much more about Hass avocado, you should be able to consult the Avocare consultants this time around. So, Ibra, what's your last message about Hass avocado availability of the markets? What assurance do you have for the people in this country in terms of how they can make money?
The assurance what I have for all the farmers across Uganda is like this. Produce or either make sure that you have planted Hass avocado, it will elevate people from poverty.
Okay.
But another big challenge is try as much as you can as a farmer to engage us to help you. It's not a matter of just planting and export. You will not export. What is being exported is the quality of the fruit. And then another most important thing which you really, really need to put into consideration is you are not producing avocado for oil processing. Oil processing, those rejects which cannot go for export should be the one going for oil processing. So why should you leave your farm only to produce for oil processing? Start working on your orchard to give you good percentage of almost between 50 and 70% for you to penetrate export market. The remaining 30%, which will not meet export standard, can go for oil processing. So kindly, for you to have better size and good quality of your fruits, feel free to reach Avocare Consultants Limited. Our numbers are there. You can call us anytime. You can visit our offices in Nansana, next to Magistrate Court, or either visit our platforms. We will come back with another topic to expound more on market availability and to guide you on how you are going to have, or either we can do the tailor making for you, or either we give you a picture of what you are going to get in your 1 acre. Right. Thank you so much. Keep on keeping on. We are here with you.
All right. From us to you, the Taproot Studios, we will be back with another interesting topic or issue, the irrigation bit of it and the general challenges farmers are facing in this country. For now, we want to say a very good weekend.